Hi there, Jeremy O'Carroll, Director of the Fitzroy Learning Centres here. In today's video, what I'd like to do is talk to you about whether or not it's okay to mix reading systems. This is a question I'm often asked by parents, and so I think it's one that we really need to address. Now, general point I want to make is that it's often quite a dangerous thing to actually mix reading systems. You can do it, but you need to know what you're doing beforehand. The reason why it can be so dangerous to mix reading systems is that when you do so, often the integrity of the system you're using gets lost. And this is a danger. You know, you see these days a lot of schools or educational institutions do use a combination of literacy methods, but as I said, what tends to happen is that the coherency of these systems get lost because you're only using part of both systems. And what you discover is for a system to work really well, for any literacy method to work well, it needs to be structured and it needs to be systematic. What you want is for each part of the system to build on the previous one so that ultimately it goes together to form a coherent whole in which all of the basic reading and writing building blocks are covered. But what can happen is, if you're mixing a bit of this and a bit of that, then you're covering some of the building blocks here, but you're missing some here, and then you're covering some here, and what it means is there will be holes in the student's knowledge, which can ultimately become a real problem. So, as a general guideline, you've got to do it like this. If you're going to mix systems, then you need to take one and keep that and finish it coherently. So, for instance, if you're learning one, say you're using the Fitzroy method, just as an example. If you used our program, then you'd use it in its entirety. But what you could then do is add things on top of that. So that would be okay, but you can't use part of ours and part of another because you're going to miss out on important information. So, as I say, you can mix things, but make sure at least one of the systems you keep in its entirety and the other one you're adding, and that way you can, so long as the original system is a good one anyway, you can be sure that all the basic building blocks are covered and the additional material is just kind of a cherry on top. It's a bonus. Because otherwise what's going to happen will be what William J. Bennett, writing in the Wall Street Journal, talked about, and he said that this approach, this mix and match, which is known actually as incidental phonics, this approach he likened to the educational equivalent of trying to treat polio with aspirin. Now, of course, this is a bit of an exaggeration, but the point remains. It's very difficult to learn to read and write effectively if you're learning from a hodgepodge of different sources. So go out, mix systems if you need to, but make sure that at least one of them maintains its original integrity, maintains its coherence, and it's taught in whole, and the next system is only used in addition to that. Hope this video has been useful to you. If you'd like more information on phonics, the Fitzroy method, or the Fitzroy Learning Centres, then just wait till the end of the video and you'll see that a link comes up, and that link's going to direct you to the Fitzroy method online video and articles portal, and once you're there you're going to have access to a whole lot more videos and articles on the Fitzroy method, on phonics, and on the Fitzroy Learning Centres. So, if you're already at the video portal, then what I recommend is you just look to the top of the screen. You'll see there are some different tabs on different topics, so you can just click about there and you'll find lots more information. So, hope the information here is useful to you, and I look forward to hearing from you sometime in the future. Thank you.